Hello, everyone. Today we'll be discussing a recent news article titled U.S. on High Alert Following New Orleans Attack and Vegas Explosion. This article explores heightened security measures across major U.S. cities after a deadly attack in New Orleans and an explosion in Las Vegas. These incidents have raised concerns about public safety, especially during large-scale events. Before we analyze the article, let's take a step back and think about the broader context. Stories like these make us reflect on how security threats shape our daily lives and public policies. How do we balance safety with personal freedoms? Let's explore some key themes. One major theme in this article is public safety in urban areas. Many people assume that developed cities have strong security measures, but high-profile incidents like these make us question how safe these places really are. What factors contribute to a city's sense of security? Is it the visible presence of law enforcement, advanced surveillance technology, or the community's own vigilance? And how does media coverage influence our perception of safety? Let's explore this idea further. How safe do you think highly populated cities in America are? What factors influence your opinion? Are there particular places where you feel safer or more vulnerable? When evaluating the safety of highly populated cities in America, several factors come into play. Large cities have strong law enforcement, but high density makes them crime targets. Security measures like surveillance cameras, patrols, and controlled access provide reassurance, but don't always prevent violence. The New Orleans attack, where a suspect drove into a crowd despite security, highlights this issue. Media coverage shapes public perception. Sensational reports increase fear, while underreporting hides risks. Urban safety is complex. While security helps, individuals must stay aware, avoid high-risk areas, and remain informed. Cooperation with law enforcement enhances safety. A balanced approach, combining institutional security and personal vigilance, helps reduce risks. Now, to understand this article better, we need to familiarize ourselves with key vocabulary. We'll define each word, look at it in context, and go over example sentences. Let's begin. Let's start with beef up. This phrasal verb means to strengthen or improve something by adding more support or resources. In the article, law enforcement officials were beefing up security after the New Orleans attack, meaning they were increasing security measures in response to the incident. Here's an example. The company decided to beef up cybersecurity after a series of data breaches. Next, we have in light of. This phrase means considering or because of a particular fact or situation. In the article, security was increased in light of recent events, meaning that the attacks directly influenced the decision to enhance protective measures. Here's an example. In light of the economic downturn, many companies are cutting costs. Finally, let's discuss plow into. This phrasal verb means to crash into something with great force. In the article, a veteran plowed into a crowd, meaning he drove his vehicle forcefully into a gathering of people. Here's an example. The distracted driver lost control and plowed into a streetlight. Now that we've explored the main themes and vocabulary, let's reinforce our understanding with a summary dictation exercise. Listen carefully and fill in the blanks. Following a deadly attack in New Orleans and an explosion near a Trump hotel in Las Vegas, U.S. law enforcement is increasing security in major cities. In Washington, police have stepped up security for events such as state funerals and the presidential inauguration. Meanwhile, investigations continue into the New Orleans attack, where a veteran carrying an Islamic State flag drove into a crowd, and possible links to the Las Vegas incident are being examined. Extra security measures, including expanded perimeters and more police at key locations, have also been seen in New York. Let's take a look at the answer. The first answer is explosion. This refers to a sudden and violent burst, often caused by detonation, as seen in the Las Vegas incident. The second answer is security. This means protective measures to ensure public safety, which law enforcement agencies increased in response to the attacks. The third answer is stepped up. This phrase means to enhance or reinforce efforts, such as the police increasing their presence at key locations. The fourth answer is inauguration. This refers to the official ceremony marking the beginning of a president's term, which requires extensive security planning. The last answer is drove into. This describes the action of forcefully crashing a vehicle into a crowd, as was the case in the New Orleans attack. Great job today! We covered important themes about public safety, learned useful vocabulary, and practiced our listening skills with a dictation exercise. Before we wrap up, let's reflect on this. How should the media report news of violent crimes in a way that gives people necessary information but does not cause panic? This is an important question to consider, as the way news is reported can shape public perception and influence societal responses. Think about this question and come prepared to discuss it in our next session. See you soon!